Whilst the latest high-end graphics cards normally grab all the headlines with their record-breaking performance and eye-popping new features, there's also innovation happening in the often overlooked entry-level gaming GPUs. And one such entry-level GPU is the new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050, which offers a massive step up from its predecessors. The RTX 3050 is worth a closer look for a number of reasons. First and foremost, because it's the first fully-fledged entry-level gaming GPU that we've seen in a long while. The previous gen RTX 20 series didn't release a 50 model card, with NVIDIA instead releasing the GTX 16 series GPUs without the RT or tensor cores needed for ray tracing or DLSS. In contrast, the new RTX 3050 has the full features and benefits of the Ampere architecture, including RT cores for hardware-accelerated ray tracing and tensor cores for DLSS. The latter is NVIDIA's nifty AI-accelerated upscaler that allows you to run games at higher frame rates than you'd be able to at native resolution and keeps the image quality as good, if not better, than native. Taking a closer look at the specs, it's clear that although it's an entry-level GPU, the RTX 3050 is an absolute beast compared to the GTX 1650. Not only does it have the RT cores and tensor cores already mentioned, but also way more CUDA cores, 2,560 versus 896, plus double the memory and nearly double the memory bandwidth. The RTX 3050 is obviously quite a bit pared back compared to its big brother, the RTX 3060, but there's also a hefty £60 or 25% price difference too. So armed to the teeth with the latest GPU architecture and image quality enhancements, how does the RTX 3050 perform? Well, we put it through its paces up against its direct predecessors, the GTX 1650 and 1050, plus a few other older GPUs, so you can see how much of a performance increase you get when upgrading. As the RTX 3050 is an entry-level GPU, we conducted all of our testing at 1920 by 1080 in one of our award-winning 3XS gaming PCs, which you can see the full spec of on screen now. All the cards were tested with the latest NVIDIA driver using a fresh install of Windows 11 Home. The incredibly popular Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is quite a tough challenge for the aging 50 model graphics cards, with the classic GTX 1050 jerking along like a broken marionette at 27 FPS. In contrast, the new RTX 3050 plays the game at a buttery smooth 93 FPS, and when we turned on DLSS and ray tracing, it managed a smooth 69 FPS. Looked at another way, the new RTX 3050 delivers similar performance to the RTX 2060, a far more expensive card from the previous generation. An impressive start for this new entry-level gaming card. Control was one of the first games to support ray tracing and DLSS, and it remains one of the best implementations of these two technologies. You can see this by the way that when you turn on both at the same time, you get nearly equal or better performance than boring old rasterized graphics. Now, considering how much better the game looks with ray tracing enabled, that's pretty amazing really, with the RTX 3050 turning in a smooth average frame of 66 FPS. This is far superior to the GTX 1650 and 1050, both of which failed to deliver a smooth frame rate in Control. One of the few gaming reboots not enmeshed in controversy, Doom Eternal, is another game you can't really enjoy on an old GTX 1650, let alone the GTX 1050. Upgrading to an RTX 3050 will allow you to enjoy Doom Eternal in all its intense visceral action, even with ray tracing turned on. As well as the first 3 FPS games, we wanted to try the new RTX 3050 with at least one racing game. The latest 2021 edition of the popular F1 series is also too much for the 50 model GTX graphics card to handle. With the frame rate being so poor, we struggled to even finish a race, and our car ended up with more dents than Boba Fett's armour. In contrast, the new RTX 3050 delivered an experience akin to a formation lap, with a silky smooth 71 FPS with ray tracing and DLSS enabled. For the last 16 months, NVIDIA has had its sights firmly set on providing gamers with high-end and mid-range graphics cards, so you can enjoy the latest AAA games in all their ray-traced glory. Now, whilst there's another one of these monster cards, the RTX 3090 Ti, due imminently, we're really pleased to see the company finally turning its attention to entry-level graphics cards. The RTX 3050 is not just overdue for this reason, but it's also important because as competitive as the GTX 16 series cards were in their day, the lack of support for ray tracing or DLSS put them in a whole different category to the RTX 20 series. In contrast, the RTX 3050 is a fully-fledged graphics card, with just the specs cut down to hit a lower price point than the mid-range RTX 30 series cards, such as the RTX 3060 and 3060 Ti. As our benchmarks show at 1920 by 1080, the RTX 3050 is more than capable of delivering smooth frame rates in today's toughest games. What's more, despite its comparatively smaller number of RT cores and Tensor cores, it's also able to provide smooth frame rates with ray tracing, thanks to NVIDIA's impressive DLSS upscaling technology. Throw in all of the other benefits of an RTX 30 series card, such as GeForce Experience, which auto-tunes games, Broadcast, which enhances stream quality, and Reflex for low latency esports, there's a whole lot to like about the RTX 3050. As with all products with lots of advanced semiconductors, from cars to computers, there won't be a huge number of RTX 3050 cards available at launch. The best way to pick up one of the new entry-level graphics cards is in a gaming PC from our award-winning 3XS Systems team. If you prefer to upgrade your existing PC instead, then check out the Scan website in the links below and make sure to check out our Discord server, which will display notifications when stock is available to purchase on our website. Let us know in the comments below then what you think of NVIDIA's nifty new GeForce RTX 3050 entry-level graphics card and whether you'll be picking one up.